Okay, gang, we've entirely switched up the way we're going to be, not necessarily the way we're going to be live streaming, but how we're going to present our live streams to the world. This is this is a result of just general disgust that I feel for the way things are going in the world in general. Largely because, and I'll get to all your comments in just a moment. Um, what are ASMR? Yeah, Lex, and there's going to be ASMR. No, I won't even go down that rabbit hole yet. But basically, from now on, when we stream, every single stream is going to be an episode of Watching the World Burn. It doesn't matter if we're talking about something topical. It could be just us having our video clip streams. Everything will fall into this category because what we've got, guys, if you think about it around here, and as I've said, community is the most important thing to me in doing all of this. At Spaz Boys Comedy, we've got our own group, our own way of doing things, our own identity. At the Goosh, we've definitely got our own way of doing things, our own identity. Now, the live streams are going to have their own identity, and that will be under the flag of Watching the World Burn. And why I call it that is I get disgusted, you get disgusted, we all get disgusted with the way things are. The problem is, let's be realistic, there's not any turning back from it anytime soon. That may sound like overly Debbie Downer, but it's true. You have politicians worldwide, and I think you guys will agree with me again. The politicians with any power are all self-serving. Don't listen, there's no sides here. As far as we're concerned, nobody's looking out for us being the regular common people. They're looking out for themselves. They're getting power for themselves. They want to put it into place, the parameters that make life good for them, period. They don't have a concern for us. Media is garbage. Mainstream media is absolute junk. There's no reason to ever even consume any of it. And they've done it to themselves. I take no pleasure in saying that, but it's just the truth. And of course, social media is the driving factor in why everything is such garbage. And it's unfortunate that there are so many people that are so simple that they so easily fall under the spell of these idiots with large social media accounts. And their only claim to fame is having large social media accounts. Well, how do you think they got there? It was by hooking in suckers like whoever's following them with hyperbole and nonsense. And there's no way to battle all that, not at least currently. So rather than trying to take it on, as I've done in the past, head to head, these streams are going to be an oasis for us away from that. That doesn't mean we won't talk about topical stuff. We will. But we'll talk about it from the perspective of, and this will be our community because we'll be evicting those who cannot do this. We'll talk about it from the perspective of people who can actually have a conversation together and actually listen to what others have to say. And even if you don't change anybody's mind about something, so what? You gave them a different look at it. And more than that, it's going to be a place where you can just come and hang out. And if something's bothering you and if something's wrong and you want to talk about it, the great thing about having anonymous names here is you don't have to worry about giving anything away about yourself, and you can see if somebody else has been through the stuff you're going through and see if somebody else has some advice or has lived something that can help you out in what you're facing. But everything is going to be geared towards that. One of the first things we're going to do, I'll chat with you guys a little bit and then we'll get to it. We're going to change the name of the of our memberships, our channel memberships from size doesn't matter to, I'm going to let you guys, what do you think is a better name for that group? Would it be the Watchers for Watching the World Burn or the Burners? We won't call it the Worlds. So that's going to be the first thing we do. And then today we're going to start on it. I got something really cool I want to do for any of you who want to be part of this. I think it's really cool. We'll see what you guys think. But first, let's decide on that. What do you guys think first? First thing, what's better, burners or watchers? I got to come up with a better. I looked before I started this stream. The OBS plugin for polls sucks ass. So I will come up at some point with a better system for polls so we can actually post them here. All right, what are we seeing here? We got 1 burners. We got 2 burners. We got 3 burners. 4. Oh, everybody likes burners. Oh, cool. I just, not that I care either way it went, but it's nice when the vast majority are in agreement. Burners. Watcher seems more impartial. Okay. Tosspot says ticklers. Oh my. Well, it sounds like burners. Okay, so let's do that first thing. Hold on. Let me pull up a new page here, and then I'll capture it for you guys. Let me get into that part. Let's see, and I can see your chat over here as we go. Memberships. Okay, so yeah, we see that. Where is it? Is it? Oh, under membership levels. Size doesn't matter. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do here. Yeah, like that. Yeah, you say. Okay. Okay, so that's the one I need. Hold on, guys. I'm just trying to put this together. What one is that? That's okay. Why am I not seeing it? Oh, because it's not up there yet. Duh. Well, what the hell? Okay. Let me move this. Why the hell is it like that? What are you doing to me here? Why is it only showing? Okay, hold on. That didn't work. It's only showing one small part of the page. This is the only downside to OBS. It is a bitch to let me get rid of that. To screen grab. If I were on my XSplit, it would take 2 seconds to grab this page and you guys could see it. So hold on. Rather than even I can tell you what I'm doing. Instead of this being called Size Doesn't Matter, and those of you who are channel members, just so you know, now you'll be called Burners. Nothing else changes. You know, obviously it's the same $1.99 a month, all that stuff. Okay, so we got Burners. Next, submit for you. Okay. Okay, now let me make sure it did it. Yes. We are the Burners. And then what else I wanted to do today, for those of you who are regulars, so obviously all the mods would qualify. They're regulars. Anybody who's been here regularly. Now, I'm not going to be able to do them all today, but I'm going to start doing them today. For anybody who wants to be a burner, who wants to, even if you're not a channel member, but if wants to be part of watching the world burn here. The other day, or it was a few weeks ago now, many of you were in here and saw I was asking people questions about, you know, where they live in the world, this, that, and the other, and creating AI images of them that were generated from that information. But what I'm going to do now instead is I'm going to come to you guys and you give me how you would like to be represented here It doesn't have to actually look like you. It doesn't have to be a human. It can be represented by anything. But basically, you tell me what you think would be the cool way to be represented, and I'm going to create an AI image of that, and then I will immediately, I'll upload it to Mega and give you the link so you can quick go download that image, and you can utilize it as your thumbnail if you want while you're here, whatever the case may be. But I'm going to keep it too, and I'll have like a little digital Rolodex of all our regulars, and I might start making I got to see exactly how much I can do with badges here for members. I might start making more badges, more things along those lines to personalize stuff for you guys. Stormstar says, ooh, the ego stroking opportunities with that are unlimited. And of course, if there's one thing we love around here, it's stroking. All right, well, put it this way. Any of you who are regulars, let's start with the mods. Any of you mods got an idea of what you would like to have for your personalized icon here? Let me get that page pulled up. My AI image generator. All right, now let's see if this will actually work this time. Okay, Kaiser's got one. Okay, we'll do Kaiser first. Hold on, Kaiser. Let me get this set up so people can see it, and we can all decide which one looks the best. All right, I got to remember what's the best way to try and capture this. Let's try screen capture. Let's see if that works at all. All right. And what screen is this? Screen 2. Okay, there we go. That should work. You guys should be able to see that okay. Right? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so for icon picks, For icon picks, I think it'd be best to go with the 1:1 ratio. So first thing we need to know, and I'm going to have to move over to the chat over here. Kaiser, there are a bunch of different types of AI image I can make for you. Obviously, photography looks realistic, self-explanatory. Concept art, Japanese anime, cartoon, 3D, psychedelic pop, Disney, line drawing, Art Nouveau, black and white, 90s anime, photography. There's tons of them. Hey, Gary! The world is looking more dystopian by the year. You're so right, and it's so sad. At least you stay the same, Curtis. Thanks for the laughs last year. Here's a little appreciation. Well, thanks, Gary. I appreciate that a lot. That's very kind of you to say. Am I saying that right? Because Gerry can be Jerry or Gary. I'm assuming it's Gary. I appreciate that. That's kind of you to say. And yes, it's for a while I was disgusted by the realization that things just aren't turning around anytime soon until I had this idea. And it's like, well, maybe rather than worry about it, it's better to just enjoy time, because I do anyway in the streams, enjoy time spent with people I like. You want anime, Kaiser? 90s anime? Okay. All right, now Kaiser's going to be the first one to get his icon here. Okay, so you want a Jack Celtic mecha. All right. Oh, I don't know if that AI is going to... All right, let's try and make Kaiser's here. So I don't know if it'll understand jacked. I think that... let's say muscular. Muscular. Celtic. Mecha might have trouble with, but we'll experiment around with a... I don't think it's going to be able to do all this, but we'll try. Chainsaw axe. We'll see how close we are, and then we'll refine the parameters. And a chainsaw sword. I don't think it's going to get mecha. I'm going to have to come up with a better term for that, but we'll try it first just to see. I think the 1:1 ratio is probably best because it's going to be for... I think it's going to be a blast, Mistra. The AI I use is Photor. Okay, let's give it a go. Let's see what we get. I think it's going to struggle with Mecha. One badass chainsaw. Yeah, we might have to compromise, seeing what the AI can do. But let's take a look. Oh, it's work. It's really struggling here, Kaiser. It's like, what's he mean? Oh, wait, we might have something going. God damn, that ain't bad. Holy shit, it did way better than I thought it would. Oh, that wasn't bad at all. Hey, all right, Kaiser, which of these two do you... I like the one on the left, I think, better. What one do you like? Here, let me blow this up for Kaiser for a minute. What one do you like better, pal? The left. Yeah, me too. All right. So first things first. Now from here, I'm going to save it. All right. Actually, we won't need this right now. Now I want to put first, just so, because you know, guys know me and forgetting. First thing I want to do is put it in my files, because otherwise I will forget. Okay, watching the world burn, and new folder is burners. We'll paste it in there. And rename it to Genesis Kaiser. And now what I'm going to do, Kaiser, is I'm going to upload it to... hold on a second here. I'm going to upload it to Mega, and I'll give you the link right now. Then we'll do some more chat, and maybe we'll do one more of these too before we're all done. But if you would, grab it right now, because I take the stuff back down off Mega when I'm done with it. All right, so we're going to upload a file. Burners, Kaiser. In just a second, it's completed. All right, I'll make sure the link works right. Looks good. Okay. And here's your link, Kaiser. Make sure that works for you. But that should do it. This is going to be fun, and everybody who, like I say, everybody who's a regular here, will do these as we go. We'll get a chance to have one made. It was kind of Warhammer-ish, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Dick Coxon says it's pretty cool, but it's no Mecha Streisand. That, you know, you're talking a tough hill to climb there. Mecha Streisand is a legend. Going old school South Park. You got it, Kaiser? Perfect. But that will be Kaiser's identity here. And again, I'm going to look into it as I go. But I want to look for more interactive things to do, especially for the channel members. I'm going to pay a lot more attention to that. When we get enough channel members, too, as I had promised, there will be occasional members-only streams. Those will be for fun, but also a lot of times when there's decisions to be made about anything to do with the streams, we'll live stream to the channel members to let them help us decide. Of course you're a regular, Mistra. You guys know, I mean, it's the names I see here all the time. 90s Voltron, kind of, Jason. Kind of, yeah. Yeah, that was actually good, yeah. AI art is real goddamn impressive. I'm amazed by it, Dick. That's why I fiddle around with it as much as I do in these things and stuff. That's Brot says, you fat people from Fatland near the river fat, burn your fat. Why do we have to burn our fat? Besides, smell of burning fat, well, it's delicious, actually. I was going to say it's bad, but it isn't. But this is going to be a community in and of itself, the Watching the World Burn community. So any of you who know of others who might want to be a part of it, make sure and spread the word around. And I'm going to try, because you guys know how ridiculous my schedule is, but I'm going to try and get these scheduled further in advance too. Now, from here on out, the episodes will have a title other than Watching the World Burn. It will be a topic. As always, we'll start on that topic, but you guys who are here all the time know our streams go all over the place, and I like that. That's part of what I really enjoy about doing this. So they'll still be allowed to just take their own direction, but there will be a specific point of conversation to begin with. It could, again, might be something silly, might be something fun, might be something topical, might be something serious, whatever. Mr. says, so we are the Genshin Impact community? I don't really know anything about the Genshin Impact community. Dashboard says, having a pension but having no regular schedule has to be the most idiotic way to live, and I love it. Star, you're a regular. Oh, no, I completely understand about things like not getting notifications, and people have lives. What I say by regular is just somebody who's been here for, there's no limits on it, a period of time and likes to contribute. I mean, put it this way, I consider you a regular if I look at your name and immediately know who you are as far as as how you strike me in getting to know you through this digital means, which is most of the people in here right now. Yeah, it's more. I mean, obviously, the mods. Oh, you're gonna get a new one, Lex. You'll get a new one. That was just for shits and giggles last time, and that was just based on. I know. For those of you who don't know, Lex is always calling us a bunch of weeaboos and anime nerds and stuff like that. So when we were doing that AI image thing last time, where I just found out where people were from, what they liked, didn't like, and just made something out of it. Of course, I did it in anime form. Luke says, I'm not a regular. I've only been here for 7 years, basically brand new. I don't know who's the longest now. We don't see Steve around. We haven't seen him in months. Of course, I don't stream as much as I used to. He could still be bouncing around, because he was always the longest surviving, because we started in May 2011. Steve was with us by, I want to say, August or September 2011. So now I'm not sure. What do you guys think? I don't know who. I wonder if on my subscriber list, you want me to look that up? Because it lists our subscribers in our YouTube dashboard. I wonder if it tells us how long you guys have been with us. I think it does, doesn't it? Well, thanks, Sideshow Man. I appreciate that. Yeah. Who says, where the hell is Guts? Man comes in out every few months like an absentee file. I think it's just because he used to be a real hardcore regular many years ago. He'd be up there. Well, of course, like you say, he's not a real hardcore regular now. But I think it's just life. He's just got too much going on. I know that's what sucks. I was going to say that same thing, but Mr. brought up a good point I was going to point out. She's been unsubbed by YouTube a few times. Yeah. So it's hard to say for sure. That's right, because I know it's happened to a number of people. Oh, hentai AI? What do you mean if I find it? That's bro. Henry says, I've been commenting on your stream since 2020. That sounds about right. Yeah, because obviously, again, you're a regular. I know your name immediately. I've been watching you since 2016, all the way back. Oh, Filthy Frank. Good old Papa Franco. Lud's been unsubbed twice. Keep trying. That's what sucks. I don't even know. I can look for you guys. Let me see. I think I got to find out where it would be, but I think somewhere in our dashboard. Where would it be? Content, analytics, comments, not there. I don't think it's in settings. Community? Yeah, here's community. Okay, there's the mods. No, nothing there. I know there was at one time. There was a place where you could go, and that could be gone. They change things all the time. There was a place you could go and see all your subscribers, and it did have a date for when they joined. I don't even see that anymore. Curtis's dating video. That was fun, Jason. That was fun. I love doing. Well, you guys know I love doing that type of. I post like comedic videos still. Just the other day, just yesterday, as a matter of fact, did one. They never, and it's not you guys' fault. They never do well because YouTube won't promote them because they don't see the words reaction in there or any of the other terms that they know will make them some money. Is basically what it comes down to. Yeah, I don't think it's here anymore, you guys. I don't see anywhere. Latest comments, recent. See, oh wait, here's see all subscribers. Hold on, okay, I found it. Okay, can I go by date subscribed? Yes, I can. Okay, well this is entirely wrong though. Oh, last 90 days, so not lifetime. All right. Yeah, but who would be a regular? Oh, here, yeah, it's got them since lifetime. The the account that has been with us the longest is somebody called Myrmidon, Mirmiddon, and this person was with us since May 6, 2011. So somehow this person subscribed before I posted my first video because that was the day I created the account. I didn't have a video up, I think, until May 11th. Let me scroll through here because I've got the list and see what name I have seen recently. Mr. Chips and Dip used to be with us regularly. We don't see him anymore, do we, guys? Mr. Chips and Dip. All right, rows per page 50 because we're all the way back in 2011 here. Let me just scroll through quickly and see when I see a name that. Wow. It's amazing how many. No. All right, next page. Aliens still in Miami. As far as I know, 8 to 10 footers. I as you guys saw in that video yesterday, I invited them here, but none of them have shown up yet. We might go a while because we're just to June 10th, 2011. I'm sure a lot of these accounts are dead. That's why more often than not we lose accounts on this channel, and that's not anything YouTube's doing to me. The channel is so old and gone through so many iterations in what type of content we're doing. We have these people all the way back from 2011. And a lot of these accounts are gone. Oh, PS3 Gamer 1 was with us for ages, but I haven't seen him recently. And it doesn't have a search where I can search you guys' individual names. Yeah, it would probably take me too long to find the first name. That's one that I still see with us on the regular. Oh, Bob's Burgers is so good. It's funny you mentioned, who is it, Ibby? It's funny you mentioned. I just got through recording Bob's Burgers. It might have been the funniest one yet too. Yeah, there's no. I don't know why they don't have a search on my subscribers here. Yeah, I don't want to bore you guys with me just looking through this. I can't find any names that I still see. Oh, we're into July 2011 now. Nope. I'm going through fast too. I don't want to. That would be a long time. Well, going on, well, over 12 and going on 13 years. Steggy Jr. was with us. Splatter Kill 4 was here. Kurt Cobain was in. Oh, huh. Had a celebrity. I know why he's not here anymore. Was that gross? Just no, I can't find any names that are still current. Yeah, I could be doing that for a long time and never find them. At some point, I'll scroll through it and see. I just wish they had a search so I could put your guys' name in and see when you joined up. Jason says, if aliens actually exist, won't we have to tell them why we made so many alien movies trying to kill? Yeah, they're probably gonna, if they've been monitoring our sources of entertainment, we probably got a lot of explaining to do, huh? Yeah. Lick says, did you guys hear about Stephen Hawking being on Epstein Island? I did. That was strange, bizarre. No doubt this will bring about a renaissance for our signature Hawking jokes in the future. Truth. For those of you who don't know what Lix is talking about, it was a few years ago now. We got on a rip in our live streams back when we were doing them really regularly. It was Edgar, right? Wasn't it Ed and Edgar? I think it was Edgar that started it with he always has for years he's been telling us jokes here on stream. And he told some Stephen Hawking jokes, and for some reason it caught on. And it just caught on for months. Everybody just buried Stephen Hawking. And buried is, well, now it would be the appropriate term, but at the time wasn't because he was still alive when this took place. Lude says we were the we were the types of degenerates that took a disabled man dying as our opportunity to make funny wheelchair jokes. Right? Oh yeah, because the jokes survived without pause after he passed too. Oh, Dasbro says he did roll with his jokes too far. Oh. Hey Rosalina. I don't know why they don't have a search. Let me double check once more and make sure I didn't miss something there. It'd be cool if I could search your names and find out when you guys joined. Yeah, now I can't remember where the hell I found it. Oh no, it was over here. Okay, what is there? There's not a search even on the main page. Okay, here's search across your channel. Yeah, that only looks through my videos, so that won't. Members. We got a separate thing for members too. I didn't even see that. Oh, that's good. Oh, cool. That helps me with things going forward. Yeah, there's no freaking search option on this anywhere. And it only lists 50 at a time, so even using, the page search won't help. Let me see. See how there's the members. Max Power, Jack Queen, Ito Itachi. Very cool. That's really cool. Yeah, no way I can search it. God damn it, YouTube. Give me the stuff I want. Even if you don't know what I want. Moneymore says, what would Hawking even do with Epstein? I don't think any girl, underage or not, is going to help him with that. Well, what was it said, guys, that he liked watching midgets do calculus or something? It was something really, really extra messed up. Yeah, actually, in fair, Dick Coxon says you're telling me YouTube doesn't have a feature that would help you. I will give them that. I try and be fair about things. For the most part, YouTube pisses me off. As far as the analytics they give us and the information they give us about, our videos and who's watching them and who the videos are appealing to is actually good. It's one of the few things they do. That's why I'm surprised they don't have a search for our in a search bar in our subscribers, because that stuff, that it's the only thing I can say that they genuinely do quite well is statistics. Yeah, midgets. I'm sure that's not code for something. Yeah, right, Lex. Storm Touch says, "Oi, don't knock it till you try it." Every time somebody even types in "oi" now, though, all I think of, I love Billy Butcher in The Boys. We're watching that at the Goosh. I just freaking love his speech patterns, the way he talks about everything. I just, such a good character. But oi, that's all I hear now is his voice every time I read that. Jason says, "I wish YouTube wasn't a big company. I wish it was still three guys." Yeah. Well, it certainly took a significant change, and it was not for the better when Google bought it. But I can't think of anything that Google purchased and made better. This is Billy Butcher, my father. Sideshow Man says, aliens don't care about us. They can just get Wi-Fi with Starbucks to know all about us, get infinite resources from space, and we are not a threat to ships that can travel through the dangers of space. Yeah. And the thing is, too, Sideshow Man, as I've always said, and we'll do a stream on this again now with, having another supposed alien encounter. But like I've always said, it would be really arrogant to believe that we are the only form of life out there, considering the vastness that is the cosmos. But that said, because of that vastness, it's entirely possible to believe that there are millions of other forms of life out there, and they've never encountered us. That's just because our brains can't even really comprehend the concept of eternity. That was weird, Lud. You're right. He says, while we're on that, why were there like 50 cop cars for what was apparently a street fight? I'm with you on that. I am absolutely with you on that one. The only thing I can say there, Lud, and it's kind of weak, but I'm just playing devil's advocate here, is because of the fireworks. Because we do know that what started all off was a bunch of fireworks going off, and I'm thinking that it probably got reported as gunshots. That's all I can figure. Rosalina says, "Are you planning on watching the other Spider-Verse movie? The second one's even better, especially in the visuals department." Depends. To be honest, the problem I have with that is my days are really full anyway. Nothing takes anywhere near the amount of time for me to make as do movies. There was very low interest in the original Spider-Verse movie. So if I go to do the second one, and I'll give it time, sometimes they pick up later, but I go to do the second one, I could make 4 or 5 other videos that people are going to want to see in that time it takes me to make one that they're not really interested in. ODV, you trying to remember which vid you watched first? Which one brought you in here, you mean? Yeah, see, I wish I could do that. We used to be able to look at, when you guys joined. And I can now, but only by scrolling through the list. I can't just search it. Dick says aliens shouldn't worry about us killing them. They should worry about us banging them. You're not wrong. They think they think they can do some butt stuff like they did with Cartman. What do they see? What kind of butt stuff we can do? We'll probe them. Willie says, "I just haven't had a chance to sit down, line it up, and watch the reaction. I'm very interested in seeing you watch across." And again, it may take off. YouTube's weird. I mean, we all know that. What I'm you guys will like this too. I hadn't even told you guys about this. What I'm waiting to see is if we had a community guidelines warning on the channel for well over a year. That was back on one of the Addict the One reaction vids. Now, if you guys remember at the time, they gave me a permanent warning on the channel, and there were still literally hundreds of people with reactions to that video up, and it didn't matter. They just hit us. And then they hit me with another guidelines on an old video from years prior. Something where a dude was diving off a balcony or something it was a clip compilation. And I made just a joke about him trying to unalive himself, because he didn't. He just fell and bumped his head and got arrested. And they decided that was a violation. So I was waiting. And since then they had come up with a method for getting rid of those permanent warnings. So I went through the process for that. So both of them were scheduled to be gone on January 3rd. They were. It's like, okay, good. I want to see now if that makes any difference in the channel's reach, if they'll stop shadowing us so much and everything. Yeah, except that on January 1st, I got a copyright strike on what video was it? Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood video. Now that one I have appealed. I'm just taking the FMAB videos down, and I appealed it and challenged it was is it Sony? Yeah, Sony Japan. And challenged them on it and said, no, well, it's not, I'm not violating your copyright. Here's why. So I think they have left about 4 days to respond, letting YouTube know that they've taken legal action. If not, that strike will get taken off, and we can actually see if being strike-free helps the channel at all or not. Sideshowman, the health bar is it? Yeah, it's working, right? Yeah, because Gary took over when he super chatted. That's called Stream Boss. It's just a little game we play. Whenever anybody super chats, or I think channel members, or there's a few other things you can do. X amount of points get taken away. Now Gary's the Stream Boss right now. Will get taken away from him. And you'll see every so often, because I don't know if Wolverine's still in here. Wolverine likes to snipe the Stream Boss, so he'll let the bar get right down till the last moment, and then he'll super chat $2 just so he can be Stream Boss. So that's all. It's just a little game we play. Oh, we didn't forget about the AI images, Mister. Like I said, we're going to do them over time. I wanted to get one done today to show you what we're going to do, but that'll be a part of, because again, all the streams now are going to be watching the world burn. And depending on which way we go with it, if there's good conversation in them, and I would like to be able to start bringing guests on for them as well, digitally. If we are able to do all that, I might even turn them into podcasts as well. And now, to give you guys an idea of our studio, the studio that YouTube gives us to work off of, I've told you before. Now, remember, you guys for those who've been in the stream for quite some time, I took a drink of water a little while ago. What was it? Probably 15 minutes ago now? Because somebody made a joke. Lix made a joke about me taking a drink. And I just saw that on my studio now. That's how YouTube helps me out. That monitor is supposed to be there so I can monitor what you guys are seeing, but it's 20 minutes behind. Yeah, well, when I set up for guests, Kaiser, a lot of people don't want to be on camera, which is fine. So I'd only do it utilizing a system that allows for voice and or video. I may have to, the initial looking around I've done, I may have to go away from both OBS and XSplit to do this, because there's just not a lot of good bells and whistles that work well with these systems. So I've seen one, StreamYard looks like it might be promising. It's something you got to pay for, but if it'll give us better streams, I don't mind paying for it. Gary says, "Do you plan on doing the Star Wars prequels now that you are done with Clone Wars, or have you seen?" No, I haven't seen them. I would like to. Again, it'll be just because they're movies. It'll be a time thing, but yeah, I'd really like to. Nope, I haven't. The only Star Wars movies I've seen, Gary, were the first, not numbers 1 through 3, but the first three that were released back in this. Well, that was the 70s. And of course, I went to the theaters to see them. And since then, as far as the regular Star Wars series, I've seen one other of the films, and I don't even remember which one it was. It was just a random thing. Every once in a while, I get time, especially when Brax was younger, where him and I'd want to go to a movie, and he wanted to see that one. But I don't even remember which one it was. Excuse me, guys. Discord VC. No, Alexa, Discord has pissed me off. I don't. They're doing a lot of things I don't like. Most notably, now they want you to pay for their service, or when you put a permanent link up for people to be able to join your Discord, they'll make that link invalid after 7 days. I don't like being treated that way as a consumer, and that's why I've been away from Discord. And they're just doing a lot more money grab things. Revenge of the Sith. Again, just, well, I wouldn't want to pick and choose. If I was going to do them, I'd like to do all the prequels. But again, it would just be if I can do it time wise. Clone Wars, the animated series, that was a blast. I had loved those first 3 Star Wars movies that I saw, and I liked Clone Wars even better. Have you, Kaiser? That's good to know. He says StreamYard works. I've been on StreamYard prior and it works well. I had just done a little bit of looking into it, and that seems to be the case. But again, this whole watching the world burn is designed to be our community. That's what it's for. So everything, all our streams will fall on, even if it's gaming, even if, we have a day where we just want to, as we do every so often, want to play some GTA 5 and run around and shoot people and stuff. Everything will be under the header of watching the world burn. Watching the world burn is our community for live streaming. The AI generator is Photor. The Hobbit movies, again, guys, we're talking about movies, so it's still always going to be the same thing. It's going to be the time concerns. But yes, I have planned on doing the Hobbit movies. Like I said, I don't mind doing them at all, because I enjoy the movies, but I like to do the things that we all enjoy together. And I was shocked at how poorly the Spider-Verse movie was received. So, and again, when I make a movie, it's at the expense of 4 or 5 other videos I could be getting done for the various platforms. The group's theme song. Good question, Sir Blank. I don't know. We might have to write one. Gary says, "Why did Hunter get struck so heavily on the goosh? But other creators like the Flaming Shark can keep entire episode reactions up. Seems like you're a target specifically." No, actually, Gary, when Hunter got hit on the goosh, everybody on Patreon that was putting it up got hit, or it seemed to be everyone. And I got that from somebody at Patreon, because as I was working with them to get all this done, Patreon support has always been really good by me. They were telling me, they said, and he apologized. He said, I can't get back. I may not be able to get back to you as quickly as I normally do. He said, but as you can imagine, since everybody was hit, we're trying to help everybody get this sorted out. So I know everybody got blasted. But no, I don't. They can keep something up on YouTube. That's just because they haven't caught it yet. That's the simple explanation. Because they came and got those by hand. It's not like there's a bot that detected them on my Patreon over at the Goosh that was by hand. So they just haven't found his yet. Out of curiosity, it says, how do you measure enjoyment? I watched it on the Goose recently, and it seemed to get a lot of positive feedback. Well, it's different how I do it on the Goose and how I do it at the YouTube channel. At the YouTube channel, I do it by overall views and then watch time within the video itself. That's the real, I mean, YouTube uses that as a good indicator, and I have to admit it is. That's a good indicator, is watch time, because that tells you if people are enjoying it and staying with it. And in fairness, one typically goes hand in hand with the other, because that's one of the things that YouTube's AI looks at right away when you post a video, is how long are people watching it. That's what helps the AI determine whether or not they're going to actually put the word out on the video, and I'll give you any type of coverage with it or not. So you can tell, because typically, not always, but the vast majority of the time, take a look at how many views a video has gotten, and that will, if it's low, it will usually indicate that the watch time isn't really good. Now, that's not always true. Like sometimes when I do these little comedy videos and stuff, the watch time will be great, because a lot of people like just watching the silliness. But because it's not titled with the things that this channel normally titles videos, YouTube just says nah. Gary says, so that's how it is. Sharks uses Google Sheets, not Patreon. So maybe that's it. Probably. Yeah, they just haven't found it. Trust me, Gary. If they find it, they will hit them. It doesn't matter what platform you're on. Every platform has a means for filing DCMA complaints, and if they find it, they will get them. Willie says, will you watch Anal Nurses 3, The Reckoning? It's only 5 hours long. I would, but I've seen that like 6 times. Yeah, about 30 hours worth of viewing. And you know, the thing was, 3 wasn't even as, I don't think 3 was even as good as 2. 2 is deeper. Lud says, fair, although I imagine the cut-up YouTube reactions don't get a lot of traction and interest for people who are there for movie reactions. No, because those are what I'm doing the most of. If you think about it, Lud, on YouTube, it's mostly the cut-up reactions, whether it's shows or movies, and the Family Guy Try Not to Laughs. So they're competing against each other. But I think that it's percentage-wise, too. That was like a 50-minute video. I'm going off the top of my head. Excuse me, Spider-Verse. And its overall watch time average was like 18. And I'm fortunate that even on longer videos, the ones that do well for me are up around 50%. Now, it's easy to get 50% on shorter videos, but even my longer form videos, well, I have others. I can't remember which movie it was. I was looking at some numbers the other day. I think the edit brought it down to like 32 minutes, 33 minutes, and that one was over 18. So that 18 obviously is a lot better than 18 minutes on a 50-minute video. Excuse me, guys. Got an itch in my ear. Turbo Chief says, doing push-ups and stuff right now. Push-ups used to be one of my favorite forms of exercise. My shoulders have turned into such garbage, I can't do them anymore. My shoulders are so beat. I don't know, Sideshow Man. I don't think the movies necessarily... The movies are tough to figure. It's not necessarily they're recent, because some of the best performers we had, of course, were Lord of the Rings and some of the... Harry Potter movies, and those are definitely not recent. The biggest one we've ever had for views, and it was good with watch time, but now this was a YouTube glitch, because I've had others perform as well, just YouTube forgot who I am and actually sent notifications out on it, or gave it a lot of coverage, was the Batman movie I did. That was by far the biggest movie. So it's not, it's not necessarily recent. Trust me, I would love to be able to figure out what the hell it is. So because there's tons of stuff I like. What the hell was that sound? They make that sound for Gimster posting that? Can you? What the hell? I don't even know what that was. Can you watch the All of Sesame Street? I never even watched that as a kid. I hated that even as a kid. Maybe legendary movies. Yeah, Sideshow Man. It's tough. I don't know what that hell. Yeah, I don't know what that music was. As you guys see, I got my headphones sitting right here. It's got to have something to do with Gimsters posting a member thing. Got me. Oh, I didn't even think to listen when Oh shit. No, I was only go. When Gary posted the super chat, did that make a sound? Because again, I don't have earbuds or my headphones on. thought I left the porn tab open. Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. That was funny though. What? So that StreamYard, you guys think that might be good, huh? Like I say, I'll subscribe to it if it'll. What kind of good shit you got for us? I'm just taking a. Hey, Chrome, good to see you. The easiest way to live stream and record. What kind of extras do you have at StreamYard? With remote guests, that would be good because I do want to do that. Studio quality recordings, multi-streams all platforms. We're interested in that. Brand your show. Oh wait, but StreamYard. That's not a software. Yeah, I gotta look more into this. So the basic would be $20 a month. No logo on streams, multi-stream. I don't care about that. Logos, overlays, backgrounds, 10 on-screen participants, pre-recorded streams, unlimited streaming, live streams are recorded. Don't care about that. Unlimited local record. It's got a lot of stuff I don't care about. What I want is the best streaming provider for giving us extras. You know, things that we can do for interactivity on the streams. Lute says, well, those two are massive series, true, with different fan bases. Maybe it's just that certain movies, at least in cutout format, don't appeal to people, so they skip to their favorite moments and leave. I haven't seen that, because I can tell if people are doing that. I haven't seen that to any extremes. Because again, like I said, one of the few things YouTube does do well is give us stats. So I can go into any of my videos, and it will show you the high spots where everybody's watching. And you can see there's definitely some videos that, for instance, I'll give you a good example. A lot of times I'll see it on when I put a thumbnail up for one of the Family Guy Try Not to Laughs. Someone will see that thumbnail and think, oh man, I want to see that. I want to see what his reaction was to that. So they'll use the scroll button to find it and then watch it. So I see that happen a lot. With those movies, you get a pretty flat line. You know, it stays steady. So there's there's small peaks and valleys because you're always going to have people coming in and out with that, many thousands of people watching. But there's no significant peaks and valleys in those. You can pick your own avatar for it. See, my issue with it, Kaiser, just at first glance, I prefer to use streaming software. Now, what I can do, if it's a browser situation where I have to stream from my browser, it's not a big deal because then I can just take that window and post it to my stream through XSplit. But it's just one more thing, one more cog in the works that can go wrong. Chrome says, I got something you might want to see. Let me take a quick peek at this, guys. Full-scale fighting game. Hunter Nen Impact? Oh. Yes. Now we're talking. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I'm a Hunter geek. I fucking love that show. Absolutely adore it. There he is. the perved out clown magician himself. Oh, looks pretty good. The look of it's cool. Yeah, Spider-Verse. Well, let me. I haven't even looked. Let me tell you guys what Spider-Verse is up to now. Again, that's not always a done deal. I mean, sometimes videos will take off several days after, or even weeks after being posted. It's up to 2,300 views, which is weak for anything that's a mainline thing at our channel, which is weak compared to the other movies. Let's put it that way. Let me see what the analytics look like. How has it been doing for views? The views are continuing on an upward climb. It hasn't flatlined. So let's see. It was, when did I post that? It was posted on January 4th. Oh, so that's no good because it's just past that. January 4th at 12:23, so it's just over 48 hours ago. So that doesn't really tell us a lot. Let me get to, what time is it now? 3:11. So yesterday at this time, it was at 2,000 views. So it's done probably 400 views in the last day. That's not to say it won't take off, and it's got a nice solid, just as I said, the video started off 55. Oh, they're full of shit there. It's got a nice solid flat line as far as watch time for when people stayed in. That part's good, but that flat line is really low on the graph. See, there's more details here. Yeah, it's got, there's no peaks in this one at all. No peaks and valleys. It's got a nice flat line to it. Chrome says won't be out for a while, but it's a full-scale console Hunter x Hunter game. So you're like, oh yeah, I will. Oh, anything to get me back in touch with those characters. Stormstar says, I think franchises like Harry Potter and LOTR have built up following and algorithms compared to relatively new films, regardless of how popular the new ones are. Yeah, well, they're so, as you said, and I think Google is very friendly to them as well. That's where sometimes, a lot of times, that's when YouTube pisses me off. Because I'll look around at others who have uploaded, a reaction to the same thing, and see where all of our numbers, that the indicators that I can identify that YouTube says are the key ones, we're doing better, but they're not recommending ours. That's where you start to feel like there's something more to it. You can never say never, Lex. Again, it may pick up, but when I get to do a movie again, with that struggling, it would probably more likely be, part one, because I got to split it in half. The Hobbit movies are so ridiculously long. Would be part one of the first Hobbit movie or something. Excuse me. Hey, Jetflyer, good to see you again, pal. Lick says, I mean, you could argue that Spider-Man is an even more successful franchise than Harry Potter. Certainly the case could be made, yeah. Right, and Sideshow Man says, so everyone who watched it did consistently, you just need to get viewers in the first place. Right. And unfortunately what happens is, and again, it took me ages to figure all this out. What happens, Sideshow Man, and this is why YouTube frustrates the shit out of me. When you first upload something, that's when the YouTube AI takes all its actions. So in other words, when our existing crew didn't immediately jump at the idea of a Spider-Verse movie. Now that, it was decent enough. People were coming into watching it, but they didn't come in immediately. It didn't appeal to as many of you guys that they sent it out to. And that's another thing. That's always random with them as well. But it didn't appeal to as many of you guys as they sent it out to as did those other movies we talked about. So as soon as that happens, YouTube just, again, this is a money thing. YouTube decides, well, this movie's not going to make us money. And they don't give it the push anymore. That's why now in current YouTube, it's when I try and do a different type of video, like when I do the little comedic bits, and I'm going to be doing them anyway, just because I enjoy them. But when I do those, It's almost like starting with a new channel, because YouTube, those need to find their own audience. There's no way I do a little comedic bit, it's going to get the same initial pop as, say, a Family Guy, Try Not to Laugh, that has a built-in audience. And because of that, as soon as I post it and the AI sees that it's not getting the attention that a Family Guy, Try Not to Laugh would, they stop. They don't show it to you guys anymore. They don't put it out on recommended. It just gets aced. It gets nixed. They're just like, nope, fuck you. You're not making us money with this. That's what it comes down to. Curtis, on what platform did you watch the Harry Potter movies for your reaction? Did you pirate them? No, I don't pirate licks. If well, I don't think I've ever pirated a movie for the channel. Max, I think it was. Max? Yeah, I think it was HBO Max, I believe. Whoever had the extended versions, because that's what I watched. Or no, that the Harry Potter was. Yeah, the Harry Potter was Max also, I think. Chrome says, like, here's a good example. Miles Morales got his own Spider-Man game. It sold half as many copies as Peter's. Really? Really? I didn't know that. I like Miles Morales. I like that character. And, of course, this was the first I've seen of him. And I'm a traditionalist because I go back to the comic books back in the 60s and 70s when I was growing up. But I like Miles Morales. Forged in Hell's Flame says, if you want to watch a movie that will rip the goddamn shit out of your heart, watch Shoplifters. It's a Japanese film depicting a culture of juvenile shoplifters all aboard the field train. Wow. Never heard of that one. Sideshow Man says, so this is why YouTubers start a lot of channels with different content, 100%. Yeah. Yeah, there's no sense in even trying it in an existing channel. That it didn't used to be that way. That's how we've been able to go, with whatever we felt like doing at the time. In the history of this channel, you could always, we started out gaming. We did the Omegle videos for a while. Whatever we wanted to jump to. Back then, YouTube would take, and when you put out a video, their recommendations that they gave looked at your channel as a whole. So in other words, it's like our channel was going along well, picking up a lot of subscribers. The videos did well in all the metrics. So they gave you the benefit of the doubt saying, well, he posted another video. Let's show it to people. Don't do that anymore. Now I told you, it's that immediacy. Posted it, and then they'll tell you right in the comments on your dashboard, this video is not being viewed by nearly as many of your regular viewers. You should see about changing the thumbnail. It's like, no, it's not being seen because it's a different style of video. And people subscribe to my channel because they wanted to see the content I put out. Fucking show them. If they don't like it, they'll unsubscribe. Everybody wins. They don't have to see stuff they don't want to, and yet it still allows the creator to try different things. But that's not how YouTube sees it. And again, it's a dollars and cents thing. YouTube's like, no, video's not gonna make us money. They're not jumping on it. Jeff Wire says, it's been a while since I've joined. I may be a victim of no notifications. Well, I haven't been streaming as much as typically anyway, Jeff Flyer. But and it could also be no notifications. Absolutely. But that's what, for any of you who have come in recently, that's why this is titled the way it is. All our streams now are going to be part of Watching the World Burn, because Watching the World Burn is our community for streams. I want to have an individual community, just like we have the Goosh and we have Spaz Boys. Our streaming community is Watching the World Burn. Now, in the future, like say we're going to talk about the aliens, and the next one, I would title it another alien sighting. Is this one real? And then dash Watching the World Burn episode 2. So they will have topics, even as I said, even like when we go do one of our clip streams, it'll say, clip stream dash Watching the World Burn episode 27, whatever it is. But it's all going to be part of Watching the World Burn. I don't know. I just like giving us all an identity together. Chrome says, so how do you think a stream titled Reading the Epstein Files While Eating Pizza would do? It might do quite well. I'd love to be able to free up time where we can just do, oh, excuse me, guys, some of those an all day stream, and you guys would have to sit through me watching me eat pizza. I'm having pizza for dinner. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous how often I would eat pizza every goddamn day, and I'm not exaggerating. It's sad. Rumble just it wasn't a particularly good platform for me, Jetfire. I didn't have a good experience with it. Big Green says so many communities. Well, no, the size doesn't matter, crew. Oh, that's right. You just came in, Big Green. We just switched the name. Because this is all going to be watching the world burn. The size doesn't matter crew is now called the Burners. So any of the channel members will be Burners, and that's why, because we wanted to keep everything together. But that you got it exactly right, because we have Spaz Boys, and we have that community and the things everyone enjoys. We have the Goosh, that community and everything everyone enjoys, and now we've made this our own community for live streams for those of us who enjoy the live streams. And for those of you who didn't see, we're making I'm making AI pictures that you guys can turn into your thumbnails, your what am I trying to say? Your icon pictures, whatever you want, or just to have. But I eventually I want all the regulars to have their own icon pics. And we did Kaiser today, Genesis Kaiser, and it came out. It was the first try. We put in the term, and what we do is I just put in the terms that you guys want, how you want to be depicted. I put in those terms into the AI generator and create you a picture. Oh, pizza, Angel of Sorrow, yeah. Fucking pizza's getting outrageous. I was shocked. You know what really hit me? Well, everything's so high right now. I guess nothing should surprise me. But my wife and I were shopping yesterday, and I went to grab butter. You know, the regular little 4-pack, a pack of 4 sticks of butter was like $7. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so that's what we're doing, Big Green. Again, the size doesn't matter. You'll see now. It's called yeah, the Burners, because we decided what it would be, the Watchers or the Burners, and everybody liked the Burners. Well, there is. It's just the nature, Jetfire, of how things went. Because Spaz Boys Comedy was originally Curtis the Spaz Gamer, but that's always been our original home. And we changed it to Spaz Boys Comedy because it ended up being me and Brax, not just me. And then the Goose came about, and then I started it. But then it was like a year after I started, we really started utilizing it when we couldn't do anime at Spaz Boys anymore, at YouTube anymore. So the anime got moved over there, and that became its own community. And we've been doing live streams here since live streams were available at YouTube. Way before there was any type of monetization for them or anything. We just did it because we liked them. And it just dawned on me that it would be, it's nice to have. I like when we have our little communities. And the watching the world burn is just a reflection of how disgusted I am, and we'll talk about that a lot within these streams, how disgusted I am with the way the world is right now. It's just I hate the politicians, I hate the media, I hate the idiots on social media, and those are all the driving forces that have turned the world into shit. Gimster says, "Man, I'll stick with my profile pic." Oh no, we're not, Gimster. We're not suggesting, or I'm not telling anybody they have to change it. The picture's just for you to have. If you want to change it to that, you can. What I'm hoping for is to find a way, and I don't see it yet. I was hoping there was a way that I could make little icon pics for you guys, for channel members, to have of their AI that I create. If nothing else, you know what I could do? With the I can make the little icons for you channel members that you guys can post. I can just do a picture of each of you and then you can post it if you want it, or or have it display every time you post if you want. Fours in Hell and Flames. In Hell's Flames says, give us your opinion on a very controversial topic. Oh, we will. There's be no doubt about it. Oh, okay, Jet Flyer. Yeah, yeah. We've gotten to where actually the majority of our content now is at the $1 level. The movies I put at five because again, I want to have things there for the people that are at the $5 level that are exclusive because it seemed like everything I added was always at the one. Um, but yeah, the five is you can see everything at the five. You don't have to be any higher than that. Yeah, they don't have that as a feature, Big Green. I know. I wish they did, but I'll figure something out. Jesus Christ. Angel says 4 subs at Subway cost me $70. Never going there again. That's Canadian though. Yeah, butter is $7 here too. Outrageous. Holy shit. I know it's just gotten brutal. The saving grace here, I tell you, we have down here in the South, we have a chain called I think I told you guys this before, called Cookout, and it's great junk food. It's burgers and hot dogs and corn dogs and cheese curds and French fries and their sweet tea, and they got a whole slew of shakes. The shakes are really good. It's the most inexpensive place to eat. Period. We like for me, Brax, and my wife. We go out and eat there. That costs us less than most meals would if we went and bought the ingredients at the store. It's unbelievable how inexpensive it is. Well, we went there just the other day. For the three of us, all three of us, so we ate and were full. It was $25. Chrome says, I recently had a burger and poutine that was 30 pounds. Five Guys is near 20. Jeez. It's so out of hand. Oh, the shakes there, Licks. They're amazing. They have like 30 something flavors. But yeah, you can just look it up online. Just check out Cookout and see their menu. And it's great. That pure garbage food. The hot dogs are excellent. The fries are amazing. Onion rings are good. All of it's good there. Alex says you need over $100 just to eat out for dinner these days. It's true. Sad, but true. It's absolutely true. That's not bad. Flyer says 4 cheese quesadillas at a local Utah business, Taco Time, is still relatively cheap, only like $17.93. It's just, and I don't know how the restaurants are even able to do that because what they're paying for ingredients now too. Heart Attack Grill. I've heard of that gift. I've never been to one, but I've heard of them. Angel says, so true, bars and grills are less than Subway. Better food, too. Yeah, it's gotten so out of here. We have one restaurant down the street from us called Joey's. Pretty good food, but they're outrageous. It just, see, for me, and being a fat guy, I enjoy my food. So if you have something really exceptional, I'll cough up the money for it, but you got to be really exceptional before. Like you guys know my pizza that I eat when we get to go to Disney in the Italy section of Epcot. That place, by Disney standards, that place is actually very reasonable, believe it or not. But that would be an exception. It'd be like, yeah, I'd bitch and moan and complain if they raised prices, but I'd still buy it. Lick says, we got a place like that down the road from me. They do breakfast meals as well for dirt cheap. It's nice when you find those places. It really, again, as I said, that's why I went there the other day. Just the other night, we got dinner there. And it's like, because you can afford that. You don't feel like you just got raped when you pay the bill. And again, everybody was full. It's not like the portions are so slight that you're looking for something to eat when you're done with dinner or something. It's good. Chrome says, keep an eye on Taiwan. When their election happens, China will contest it and invade. Oh, yeah, I think there's little doubt. Angel says, fish and chips guy right here. I just read something about that, Angel. What the hell did I read about that? about how the price of fish and chips is exploding over in the UK. I'm trying to remember what all the details were. It was the article was written from the perspective of a fishing company, a small, family-owned fishing company, and they were talking. I'm trying to remember all the details of it, but it was almost putting them out of business. They have to raise their prices so much. Damn, Chrome says cheap doesn't exist in Scotland. The average restaurant for me is around £18. Jesus. Holy shit. Oh, Lex, you're preaching to the choir there. Lick says, bro, McDonald's does not deserve to be as expensive as it is since their food tastes like sewage. And when I was a kid, they lived up to that whole fast food thing. You could always get a deal at McDonald's, even by the standards of the time. And they've completely thrown that away. They're not even close to one of the cheaper fast food joints. I know for because we eat fast food more than I would like to, just because again of having schedules where sometimes you just need the convenience. But I know around us that again that cookout is way cheaper than McDonald's. Brax and I eat at Burger King for less than McDonald's. We can eat at Wendy's for less than McDonald's. Taco Bell was about the same. That KFC we have locally, that's more. Geez, I know I'm forgetting some. There's so many fast food joints around here. But yeah, McDonald's is definitely in the upper third of cost. And I also agree with you, Lex. I don't like their food. Their fries every once in a while are good. But all those places I mentioned, I like the food better. Taco Bell all the way. Yeah, Taco Bell's breakfast, Alex, is delicious. I don't know if you guys have had it, but as a fat guy, it gets my fat guy seal of approval. Their breakfast is good. My boy came through for me just the other day. I was sitting up here because I told you guys I get up 5:30 every day and start making vids. And he got up early, and I heard him downstairs. I was like, "Wow, that's early for him to be up." And a little while later, he comes up and had one of those, what do they call them? Not breakfast burritos, but the breakfast food, the breakfast sandwich thing they have there with a hash brown and some of those cinnamon bite things. It's like, that's my boy. Gilster says, for me, at a local place, I'd get an order of calamari, a big burger and fries, and it costs around $30 Canadian. Jesus Christ. Oh, I agree, Jet Flyer. McDonald's burgers are trash. Grease ball. Ugh. Burger King's burgers are way better. Everybody's burgers are better. Burger King is way better. Even our Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen's not too expensive. We have a Dairy Queen down the road. Dairy Queen's burgers are better. We have it's a smaller chain. It's called what the hell is the name of it? It's a burger joint. It's a local chain. Shit, I can't think of the name of the place. They have some good burgers, but they're a little more expensive. Well, they're probably as expensive as McDonald's, but their food is 10 times better. Lick says, I can't say towards fish and chips thing, to be honest. I don't often eat from fish and chip shops since 99% of those places undercook the chips. Oh, do they? I'm with you there. Chips, fries, whatever you want, however they call them. I like them cooked too. I'd rather have them on the crispy side. Chrome says, Curtis, here's the prices from a UK supermarket. See how bad it is. Okay, let me grab that link, guys. Come on, open up. Oh, Tesco. Wow. Holy crap. For vegetable oil? Jesus Christ. Damn. Yeah, it's getting out of hand. I told you guys I threw that butter in our shopping cart the other day, and just I did because we need it. You got to buy it. I happened to look over at the shelf with the little sticker on it. I'm like, you really want $7 for this shit? And they did. Sideshow says, you're right, this channel is all over the place on topics I like. I do too. I always enjoyed that, Sideshow Man. I like being able to just, because different things strike me as funny or entertaining on a given day. It's YouTube that has said, no, don't do that. Just make content that you know people are going to watch. Because how are we going to get our ad revenue? That's what it's come down to. But I've just come to, as far as like making a little sketch comedy or just my little monologue comedy videos. If YouTube doesn't want to promote them, fuck them. Hopefully enough of you guys, just if you're interested in them, just check on the channel here or there, because you probably won't get notified. But I can't cater to doing things only that YouTube wants. I never get to do anything, or I never get to do a lot of the things that I think are fun. Retro Mint Man, good to see you, pal. New menu idea: pizza, but without the bread, cheese, or toppings. So sauce. We're gonna open a sauce shop. I like it. Saria says, nowadays one spends more eating at McDonald's than at a restaurant. Absolutely true. One of these days, girls will demand to be taken out to McD because it's expensive and fancy, right? You're right. And guys won't be going out with those girls. Bitch wanted to go to McDonald's. I ain't got that kind of money. Well, I'll tell you guys this. You guys know we're all Disney nuts, and I've started to. Unfortunately, my family just loves Disney World because their pricing has gotten so ridiculous that they're turning me off. But that said, we have noticed that at the restaurants, or I'm sorry, at the resorts, at the hotels at Disney World, each of them has what they call a quick service restaurant. You know, they might have nicer restaurants too, but the quick service restaurant is different in all of them. Pizza, burgers, you know, things like that. It costs us the same at fucking Disney World. It costs us the same, or within a couple bucks, to eat at those quick service restaurants at Disney World as it does at McDonald's. And that's ridiculous. I mean, just in the fact that you're in the most visited resort or theme parks in the world, and you're eating for the same thing it costs you, for the same price it costs you at McDonald's, please. Big Green says, no wonder their mascot is a clown. It's silly how much they charge for so little. 100%. Yes, Maria. You know what it is? One of the reasons the price increases, and they've been significant over the last year, at Disney piss me off is because they keep making shitty movies. All their movies are tanking. Their Disney Plus service is tanking. And so the only thing that does well are the parks. So they're like, oh, well, we wanted to make another movie. We wanted to make a movie of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, but we didn't want to use dwarfs. So now we can't even release the movie after we spent all that money on it. So to make up for it, we're going to charge you more to come to the parks, more to eat when you get in the parks. It's just fucking ridiculous. They just keep piling everything, all the price increases onto the parks because everything else is hemorrhaging money. I haven't seen either, Saria. My family loves Encanto. Turning Red, I haven't seen either yet. Sideshow Man says Too Woke. Well, they had at one of their last quarterly meetings. It was written and I don't remember from which muckety muck at Disney, but it was said that and again, this came from Disney themselves, that the public has seen them as being aligned politically in a certain direction, and that seems to be, and I'm paraphrasing, turning off a base, a certain sector of our customer base. So you're aware of it, but you keep doing it. Don't get political at all. Just tell stories. Yeah, Chrome says, Curtis, are you seriously telling me you're not looking forward to Captain Marvel 2? Yeah, the Star Wars Rey movie or live action Snow White? Oh, and and the Marvels. How much money did that movie end up losing? Anyone who thinks that Disney is left wing is a fucking idiot. They're not. They're a corporation. No such thing as a liberal corporation. I would disagree with that, Lex. Sure, you can absolutely be a liberal corporation, 100%. Chrome says, "Oh, that was Bob Iger who said that. He said that a few years ago as well. He's still going to do it though. He only says that to placate investors. That could be." Yeah. Rosa says, "It's your fault you don't enjoy our movies, honey. Move along, misogynist." And that's pretty much their take on it too, Rosa. You're right. And the thing of it is, people tend to, and that's what they want to blame it on. If a movie fails, well, it's because people, it's because of misogyny. It was just like the good example is uh, Ghostbusters. When they did the all-female Ghostbusters, I didn't get through it. I didn't go to the theater. I was watching it streaming. I didn't get through it because it sucked. I don't have any problem with women I like Ghostbusters, but I thought it was stupid. The writing was bad. The acting was okay. I mean, but it was just dumb. But if you don't like it, you're a misogynist. Well, there's a lot of movies that feature guys that I don't like too. Or a good example, what we were just talking about. Now, I grew up on Spider-Man. Loved it. I had Spider-Man comics all the time as a kid. Hulk, Batman, Spider-Man, those are my big go-tos. So I'm totally invested in the Peter Parker character. I love Miles Morales. I thought it was really cool. I liked the way they did it. I liked the character himself. So if you write a good character, it doesn't matter what skin tone they have, what skin color they have, what gender they are. Just give me something good to watch. Yeah, there you go, Jetflyer. Victim mentality. Our movies are poorly received. You are the problem. You are the toxic fans. Why? Yeah. And the thing of it is, well, and to Snow White, when, as far as I'm concerned, when you do a Snow White movie and you don't have dwarves, I don't want to see it. I don't, if that makes me whatever a racist or whatever they want to call me, that's fine. But I have no interest in it. It's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. That's what I want to watch. All of a sudden, it's like you got a merry band of seven misfits of some. Nah, not interested. And Gibson says, "I agree that Terry Crews should be the next Snow White." Who's with me? I love Terry Crews. Willie says, "I go to film school. I understand that my job is an entertainer, not an activist. Something that can't be said for my peers." Yeah, and activist films have been made for almost forever, as long as there's been films being made. But they have their own niche. And typically speaking, with a few exceptions, they generally aren't, I can't say they're not big money makers, because you can't put a lot of money into making an activist film because your audience that you're going to appeal to is much smaller, but Disney hasn't wrapped their brain around that. Yeah, Big Green says, "I would watch that version of Snow White. If it still had the dwarf, so would I, Big Green." Yeah. Terry Crews is cool. Everything I've ever seen with him, as far as interviews or anything like that, anything you read about him, just seems like a good dude. All right, well, I better go, guys. This is a fun stream. Now, again, for those of you who came in late, watching the world burn, that is our live streams now. That is our live stream community, the burners. And that's what we've changed the name of the channel members to. I'm still actively looking. I want to find the best streaming setup to do more interactive stuff with you guys. But mostly, what I'm most after is getting a way for you guys to be a part of the streams by having having people on as guests and being able to do it with video and audio for those who want to, and just audio for those who prefer it that way. Again. That's the number one thing I'm looking for, but so far it's been hit and miss with finding a good system for it. But that's who we are. The streams will be the Watching the World Burn streams now. And as far as the channel, as I said, I'm planning on doing more. I've got a bunch of, it's almost like stand-up material. I just like telling funny stories or stories that I think are funny and sharing that type of stuff with you. If you enjoy that, you'll probably have to look for it here at the channel, because YouTube's not going to send out notifications on it. So when you pop by the channel, take a look and just see what's been posted recently if you want to see those. Angel says, have a stick of butter on the way out. Big guy. Well, thank you, Angel. I appreciate that. Wait a second. It's $10, so I could have a stick of butter. And guys, what could I get for the $3 I'll have left over? I can get a pack of butter. It's hard to think of anything I can get for $3. What am I gonna do with all that butter? Chrome. Fat man land. A condom for the butter, like says. That works. Okay. $3 on a condom. Oh, we gotta go. In 40 seconds, they're gonna run an ad. It says so right here. Ads will run shortly for some viewers. In 36, I'm gonna click this off right